Hello everyone, I'm the Cinema Stone, and today I'll be reviewing Edgar Wright's newest film, Last Night in Soho. Of course, Edgar Wright directed and wrote and also did the screenplay for this film. And Last Night in Soho, I would dare say, is probably out of most of his films one of his most unique. Don't get me wrong, as a director in general, the way he does all of his other films are unique, but this one to me is something else already. Um, this is his first ever, at least, full-on horror film. Just remember, he did still do one back in the day called Shaun of the Dead, but that was a dark comedy horror film. But this one is full-on horror. Um, and this film also stars, um, M- Mackenzie Thompson, who is an inspiring fashion designer who goes to London to fulfill all her dreams as a fashion designer. And she's also a person who is obsessed with the 1960s. You name it. It's fashion, it's cars, and especially the music. Um, Edgar Wright really does do a really good job of making the 60s come to life. And the scene, especially as I like to call the Thunderball scene, where, of course, you see this where the city streets, you have all the old-fashioned cars, the lights, and the signs and everything. He really does a good job of bringing all that to life. And I would dare say it almost looks like a painting. The way he filmed it and the way he does it. Gosh, it's beautiful. Now, this film also stars Anna Taylor-Joy, who plays a young girl named Sandy, who is who is uh, who is an inspiring singer, um, and well, of course, it's just, and then as of course things as the film goes along, of course, it's like every other horror film. It starts off nice and well slow, but then starts to get really crazy, really scary, and really creepy and fucked up. Um, as what Anna Taylor Joy is constantly being annoyed, harassed, and I would even dare say threatened by this by this guy named Jack. That's right, Jack. Is really who is I would dare say is really good in this film as well. Also, I love the fact that nearly wherever these two women go, of course, in the separate timelines, obviously, but they are people, men mostly, are just treating them like shit or just being really weird, and it gives it that so creepy feel that no matter where you go, it's not safe. And and this is what I said to myself before, but this film, anyone is a suspect, since this film is a noir slash, I guess, well, ghost-like film. Speaking of, um, Mackenzie Thompson's character, she's also one of those people who can see ghosts and things like that, see things that no one else sees, um, and the way as all this film is shot, like the way Edgar Wright does the cinematography and the colors. Oh my God, they're beautiful. Like when things are, well, how shall I say, bright, nice, and happy. Well, it's normally surrounded by the city lights, but then for things when he uses colors like red, blue, white, especially red, um, most of the time. Oh my God, it is you. He knows how to use them right, and he uses them at the right time, and that's what I loved about it. And I also loved the idea, of course, not all of it, but most of the time, the true horror, or most of the horror, is in one room, and that is just well done. That is very unique. And yeah, I would dare say still, this is probably one of the most unique horror films I've ever seen in my life. fact, I would even dare say this is probably one of my favorite horror films of this year. It was really that well done to me. Speaking of, this is a movie I would even dare say you guys should check out in the movie theaters, in your local movie theater, because gosh, the experience I had, well, it is anyway. It is such an enjoyable time. I think you all should do it. See it while you still can in theaters. Um, yeah, I'll try not to spoil this, but all I can say is the climax for this film. Oh my god, the horror, the the suspense, everything. Wow, it is perfectly well done. And the last few minutes of the hour, I would dare say, is probably some of the best parts of this movie. And this movie also has a brilliant soundtrack. I would dare say that as well. Um, and uh, as well, the last thing I want to say is, I will admit, I've heard that some people don't really like this film, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I think it's even fantastic. I mean, this film just really pleased me in so many great ways, and I just love that. Speaking of, I almost forgot, but since this film also uses a lot of colors, to me, it also has a bit of a Suspiria vibe to it. You know, the 1977 horror movie classic Suspiria. Because that film, I would even dare say, of course, is good at using its colors as well at the right moments. Um, I'm that was Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho. Um, yeah, I thought it was great. Of course, the colors, the cinematography, the characters, the story. Wow, really well done, and just I would dare say unique. Oh, and I almost forgot too. But even as Chris Stuckman said before, and I think he's right. But the way this movie, I mean, sorry, I hate those films that never really have that good of a mystery, or mysteries that are barely even done right, and I'm sick and tired of that. But this one, of course, how should I say this? At times where you say, "Oh yeah, it's definitely this person or whatever," but then it turns out, "Oh no, it's not." And I must say, it's it's actually a damn good mystery because at first you literally have no clue who it could be. I mean, after I said before, it could be anyone. Anyway, that was my review of Last Night in Soho. Um, and I hope you all check this out in the theaters because I think it's really good and it's such an awesome time. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.